All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Can you hear my microphone? So let's do a quick tech check, make sure everyone can hear me well. So can you hear my microphone? So let me know in the okay, cool. And you could all hear the piano? Well, the road sound, I guess. So mic could be a little bit louder. All right, let's turn that up just a little bit. All right, can y'all hear me now? Let me. Hello. Okay, I think that fixed it. Whoa, my mic might be too loud now. Testing. Yeah, we're too loud. Testing. Yeah, testing. Oh, it's still too loud. Testing. All right. Okay. All right. I think we fixed it. Y'all let me know. All right. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Hey, Keith, let me just say hi to everybody. Keith, did you play for Black Nativity? Was that you playing, Keith? Hey, what's going on, Austin? Hey, Robert, Peters, Lauren away. Sebastian, what's going on? What's going on, Boston? Enrico, hey, how are you? Frank? All right, Derek, how are you? Robert Peters. Yeah, exactly. Trini Pill, what's going on? Michael Camacho. Anthony Collier, yeah, I'm addressing part of your question this week, so I'm excited to get into that. Let's see. Hey, Chris. Hey, Albert. What's going on? Is that Flail Pappas? Yeah. Okay, thanks, Steven. Ezra, what's going on? Wow, Keith, I didn't realize that was you until last week. Man, you are playing up a storm on those Black Nativity records and the show. Man, Keith, you are the man. All right. Okay, did I speak to everybody? Sam, what's going on? Jay Reed, how are you? John Lewis. Okay, I think I spoke to everybody that's commented at least. All right. Well, today I'm excited about today's lesson. Today's lesson is one that was suggested last week by Anthony Collier. So I decided to do part of it today. And that is 9 upper structures on minor chords. And so if this is your first time here, my name is Corey Taylor from SkilledMusician.com, where we are helping musicians improve. So thank y'all so much for being on this live stream, and those that are watching later, thank you for checking out this video. So I'm excited to get into this. This is a pretty interesting topic. So I have 2 videos already on YouTube where I talk about upper structure triads on dominant chords, and then I talk about chordal upper structure triads or upper structure chordals on dominant chords. And so today I want to talk about upper structures on minor chords. And so, especially for you all, if you're a beginner or just are new, this would be like a quick. I hate to use this word in this sense, but a quick hack to playing minor chords quickly. And so, we're going to jump right in. Welcome, Eric Green. Glad you can make it. Hola, Pedro. Okay. All right. So let's jump right into this. Oh, let me answer one quick question, and then we'll jump in. So I mentioned last week that I have a course coming out showing how I create, how I created my YouTube channel, how I created these videos, how I create the videos that go on the YouTube channel, rather. Everything I use, I explain in depth. I work. I show you exactly how I like to let you behind the scenes and see everything, hear how it's all done. I am in the process of shooting that, so it's taking a little bit longer to shoot than I thought it would because I'm adding more. I keep adding more and more content to it, and so I'm hopeful to have that finished by this weekend, so that I can share that with you all. So if you are new, you want to make sure you're part of our community. And so the way that you do that, I'm going to put a link in the chat box for you. Okay. There we go. All right, here we go. So here is a link. Just click on a link and put your name and email address there, and then make sure you confirm your email address. And so you'll be part of our community, and so you'll get updates before everyone else gets updates on what's happening here at Skilled Musician. We have some exciting updates coming in, and so yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited. I'm really excited to share what's happening. We have our membership section that's coming. And that I've been shooting tons of. There are hundreds of videos in there, so I'm excited for you all to have access to that. All right. All right, let's do one more quick tech check. Can everyone hear the piano well? I feel like it's low. Is the piano low? So can you all hear the piano? Is it cool? The volume is a little low. Okay, I'll turn it up. Okay. All right. So let's jump right in. I'll make sure I said hi to everybody. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Samuel, I said hi to you. Tariq Baker, what's happening? Mario Kinnan, so glad you made it on. Hey, Ignacio. Josh, what's happening? Okay, so let's get some terminology down. And so, when I talk about upper structures, let's look at the chord we're going to use is the D minor chord. So let's look at a D minor chord, right? And so, when we're talking about upper structures, D minor 7, we're generally talking about notes above the 7th. So here's 1, 3, 5, 7. So notes above. So, and these would generally be our tension notes, our 9th, 11th, and 13th. Okay? So when I talk about, I mean a triad, that includes one of those tension notes, or color tones as I like to call them, or extensions as they're often called. So ninth, 11th, and 13th. Okay, so I want to go through 9 of them, and we'll maybe just try to play through a few of them, and they're in no particular order. Also, let me just say this: I was putting together a PDF for you all, but I did not finish. My apologies. So if you want to, it's free. If you want to get the PDF copy of the sheet music for this lesson, for those that are watching later, I'll have the link in the description box. But for those that want to make sure you get the link for this, I'm putting a link in the chat box. You just simply click that link, put your email in, confirm your address, and once I get it finished, I'm trying to finish it tonight, between tonight and tomorrow morning. I will send that to you. Okay, and those that are watching later, it should be up. So the PDF should be up by the time you're watching it later, and so you just click that link in the description box and follow the prompts, and you'll be able to and it'll be downloaded to you once you confirm your email address. Okay. All right. So let's jump in and start having some fun. All right. So the first upper structure I want to talk about. Before I jump in, let me see what I'm doing with my left hand. With my left hand, I'm probably going to be playing tenths. So like a 1-5-3 deal. So I got tenths with the 5th here. So instead of playing it like this, which sounds D minor like this, which sounds a little not full, I'm gonna play like this. It has a little more weight to it. So I'm gonna try to play my left hand like that, and then we're gonna have these upper structure triads that we're gonna be working through. All right. Okay. So let's begin. The first one I want to talk about is the upper structure triad built a whole step down from the root. So the root is D minor, all right? So a whole step down is C. So we're going to play the C major triad. You hear that? Now, just a side note, because we have some advanced musicians here, I'm only going to play 3 notes. Now, you can add as many notes as you want, 4, 5, 6, however many you want. But I'm teaching the basic principle, so upper structure triads. So I know you can add some other notes in here, and make because I want to add the other notes myself to make this chord even better. All right, so here it is. So let's do something. Let's put it in a 2-5-1 progression. So here it is. 2. Let's go to our 5, which would be G. And our 1. That's interesting. So let's try it again. 2, 5, 1. All right. So I hope you're at your keyboard trying this along with me. Let's see. All right. What do y'all think of that one? It's kind of cool. It has this. If you are familiar with the Yellow Jackets, a group, a really famous group, won many awards. Russell Ferrante playing keys. This is one of his favorite chords. So you have that sound there, with the D minor, just the D root 5th in the left hand kind of deal. So I like that sound. All right. Okay. So that's the first one. So a whole step down from the root, C. All right. So in this case, C major. So that chord is D minor 11th. So that's a D minor 11. All right. Okay. All right. Next one. All right. So just to make sure everybody's on the same page, I see some questions coming in. We're doing minor, D minor. So we're doing upper structures on minor chords. So I was adding a major, just C major on top. So we're doing minor chords, D minor. All right. And a technique if you have smaller hands. For some of you all, reaching a 10th is a struggle. So what you can do is roll up. So instead of playing it all at one time like this, you just roll up. And make use of the sustain pedal, so like that, instead of, all right, so cool. So let me just make sure we have full understanding. So with C, we have the 11th and the 7 here, along with the 9. So we get 2 of our tension tones. We get the 9 and the 11th. All right. The next one I want to talk about. This is a kind of weird one. So I want to play the B flat major triad. This is something different than triad pairs. All right. But related, but different. All right, so next one I'm going to try is B flat over D minor. So here's our D minor. Here's B flat. Oh, this one of my favorite chords. You get this rub here. Or if I leave the A off. Right. And so what this is a D minor with the 6th flatted. Right. So a lot of times in like James Bond movies, you hear this kind of sound. All right. I like that. Let's put it in 2-5-1. I wouldn't normally use this as a 2-5-1. I'd use this as like a landing spot, like because it is dramatic. Oh. Yeah, but if we were to put it in 2-5-1, let's see how it sounds. I gotta. I was trying to make it. It's so big. It's hard to put it in 2-4-1. That's kind of a weird way to do it. Watch this. So here's my D minor. I'm going to slide this B flat up and leave everything else the same. Actually, I'm going to change my root to G. And back to 1. That's interesting. So. All right. All right, so let's keep moving. The next one I want to talk about is the one built off the minor third. So we're on D, we go up to the minor third, which is F major. And so we get one color tone only. Actually, we don't get any color tones with this one. This one definitely doesn't really count. but I just included it anyways, just to kind of, if you're a beginner and you're used to playing D minor just like this. Well, if you play like, I think F major right there, you get the 7th in there. So this technically does not fit my definition of upper structure, but I just wanted to include it in there. So let's do a 2-5-1 with this one. 2-5-1. That's cool. Or 2-5. That's a common move right there. 2. Okay. All right. So let's keep moving. Now we're gonna get some of my favorites. Here's another one. You're gonna play the major chord that's built off the 4th. So here's D minor, D. So we're going up to a 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. G. So we're going to play the G major on top of this D minor triad in the left hand. Listen to this. Yeah. Let's invert it down a little bit. Invert it down again. Now let's look at the color tones that it adds. This G. It adds the 11th and the 13th. And then here you have the root. So just 11th and the 13th are our 2 color tones. And that's such a great sound. Yeah, it makes you think of Herbie. Yeah. So you got a couple rubs in this kind of voicing. So you have this rub here, you have this rub here. So it kind of yeah, so let's put in a 2-5-1. Did you see what I just did there? So I have, there's my G major triad over my D minor. And then okay. All right. Let's try another one. Here's another one of my favorites. We're gonna go to the 5th and play the major triad there. So A major. Yeah. You hear that? If I invert it down one more time, I get this. Yeah. That's such a nice sound. Alright, so let's try to, let's see if we can, that's going to be weird in 2-5-1 because it's a D minor with the major 7th, which in this case is, and the 9th. So we have color tones here. Alright. So let's maybe try to put this in a 2-5-1 progression and see what happens. Okay? So we have D minor. Now G7. Oh, notice I kept the A in the right hand. And then, so. Oh my, that is beautiful. Oh my. Yeah, and so let me not lose, because I'm about to go off on a tangent, because man, this has me. Yeah, that's a beautiful chord. Let me give you 4 more. Let's do 4 more. All right, the next one I want to do is the 2 minor. So I'm on D minor. So I'm gonna go up to the second note of D minor, the 2, right, which is E, and play a minor chord there. This is probably my favorite chord, my favorite minor chord. If you listen to me play or for any length of time, you're gonna hear this. This is the sound. All right, so let's look at it. We have the 6th or 13th. We have the 9 and the 11th. This is a lot of color. A lot of color. And in gospel music, we often do this. Like resolve it. Or go up half step, back down. Or do it one hand. I mean 2 hands. Alright. So alright. Okay. Let's put it in progression. Here's D minor. And then so what's the name? Let me just test you all. You all tell me. I'm gonna play it in progression, but tell me what's the name of this chord. Alright, what is that? And let me change my split point. So it looks right. So James says D minor 6, but be careful, there are more things in there other than the 6. Austin says D minor 13. And I understand why you put that, but it's not minor 13. It's not D minor 13. This is a weird one. Alright, so let me help you. Because you have the 11th here, the 9th here, and the 13th here. So most of the time when you have those all the tensions, you just say the highest tension. But this would suggest the presence of the 7th, the C. But there's no C in this chord. Now if I add in the left hand, if I put that, then you get this tension here. That would be something different, but because I don't have the C, then it becomes like a D minor 6/9, add the 11. Alright. Okay, let's do another one. Let's go to the 5th, A, and make it minor. And that gives us, we have the 5th and 7th on top, but it gives us the 9th in our thumb. Alright, so this chord, as you listen to it, you hear this, it doesn't, it's okay. It's a nice sound, especially a lot of times it's played like this. Or like this. But after hearing the E minor, which is all color tones, going to the A minor, you can start to kind of categorize these sounds in your head. Like if I want to be colorful, if I want to be very diatonic, or if I'm trying to be tame, right? That's tame. If I want to be adventurous, right? Okay. Okay. Let's do maybe 2 more. This one's not a minor chord. We're going to do a diminished chord. So we're going to do B diminished, which would be the sixth above, major sixth above. So all right. So we have just normal two of our fundamental tones here, D and F, the root and third, but then we have this 13 or 6, right? So this is D minor 6. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. And let me give you one more. The ninth one. This one, I put it out here just because it's something I like to play, but it doesn't really technically fit into any of the patterns. All right, and let me just say this also. There are a number more. I didn't get into quarter voicings, so there are a number more. But let's do this one. So we're gonna do E flat major over D minor. Oh my. This is I'm sharing some of my secret weapons. This is kind of, it has like a Phrygian sound to it. Oh, Chris, you said it right when I said it. Yes, that's right. Phrygian sound. Right? Yeah, that sound right there. No, if you're trying to write this out, like this is where it's easier to write E flat major over D minor. Because if you were trying to write out exactly what this is, it's a D minor, flat 6, flat 9, 11. My. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's 9 of them that we just went through. 9 upper structure triads on minor chords. Okay, so let's look and see if we have any questions. Let's see. Let me go through. Let's see. Somebody says, play in C sharp, please. Javon, tell me why you want me to play in C sharp. I get requests. I never get a chance to ask people, but I get requests like every day from people to play in particular keys. So tell me why. Why C sharp of all the keys? Keith says, can you repeat number 2? Sure, Keith. So number 2 is B flat. So it would be the major third down. So if I'm on D, I'm going major third down, or you could think of it as a flat 6 major. So Keith, maybe if you pair this with no, it's too. I don't like that. I don't like pairing these two together. What would I pair together? Woo! I would pair this E flat major with the E minor. Oh my. Alright, but you asked about the second one. B flat. B flat. Maybe I'll pair that with the B diminished. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Joel says, while we're on the subject, what's your favorite key to play in? I don't know. It depends on what I'm playing. You know, every genre of music has its particular keys. So in jazz, for instance, F, B flat, E flat, G, and C are like king. In gospel, all the black keys and F are king. If you play, and that's like modern. If you play a little bit older gospel, then G was also a key you played in, and possibly C. With some of the newer stuff, you're playing in E a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite key is. So I would say it depends. I don't know. I definitely don't like A flat, and I don't know why I don't like it. I think it's just to be contrary, because you're a gospel musician, you love A flat, so I determined to not like it. I can of course play it A flat, but I don't like it. Fun fact while we're talking, okay, let me ask this trivia. Which major scale is the easiest to play? Which major scale is the easiest to play for a pianist? Which major scale? Joel says, I've learned that certain keys allow for easier runs. Yes, I could see that. Isn't a lot of gospel music in D flat? Yes, it is. Aha, Trini Pill. Well, I'm coming right there, so I'm coming to you. Trini Pill says, do you use these chords depending on the melody note? Exactly. As you know, for me, it all depends on the melody note. Okay. Let's see. So I asked the question, which scale is the easiest to play for a pianist? Chris says B. Jack says C. Chris or D flat. Chris, you got to choose one, man. So I got to count you wrong there. Lauren says E. No. Noriko says E. E is close, but not it. Peter says E flat or A flat. Keith Wilson says B. And of course, Keith Wilson has got it right. B is specifically designed for the pianist's hand. So when you look at your hand, which finger is the shortest finger? And which fingers are the longest fingers? So you see my thumb is shorter, right? And so you definitely want your thumb being closest to the white keys because I don't have to reach far. But then look where that puts the rest of my fingers. Matter of fact, when I put my hand down, let me just, I was just studying some technique, some Taubman technique. If I play C, so I'm going to put my thumb on C, and I'm going to place my hand perfectly on C. Here's my thumb playing C. Look where the rest of my fingers land. So we're studying technique. You'll discover that when you're playing like this, you got to come out to get these notes, not turn. You don't want to turn your hand this way, but you want to come out. So if you watch pianists, there's this in and out happening while they play as well. So let's put our hand on B. Wait a minute, look at that. My thumb is on B, and my second and third finger, which are longer, are on these two black keys. Now I'm going to cross. Again, look at that. My thumb is on E, which is easier. And then my three long fingers, second, third, and fourth finger, are on the three black keys. And my pinky, which is shorter, is on the white key. B is made, especially for your right hand. Yes. All right. So B is designed, especially for your right hand, is the easiest key to play, easiest major scale to play. So all you who are afraid of B should practice B more often. Matter of fact, when I about 10 years ago, actually, yeah, it's about 10 years ago, I started working on my technique. And I went to a classical teacher just to work on my technique. And we played in B. All right. All right, so practice B more. Joe says, I'm the one who's afraid of B. Funny. Okay, let me see. Any questions? Kenneth says, Israel Houghton brought white keys. Not white keys, specifically E. Israel loves E. And the reason why it's because he plays guitar and it's an open string. So it's open string. So you love E. All right. Let's see. All right, any more questions? All right, so let me get to what Trini was talking about, which is how do you apply these? And so you must be thinking about melody all the time. So you notice I had one where I was playing this E flat over D minor, and I said I want to move. Well, I'm already on G with my melody, so I'm either going to stay on G with my melody and find another upper structure that has G in it, so that I could have gone to G major. I don't like the sound. Well, maybe I do. All right, I could have gone to E minor. Ooh. Right? I could have gone to C. Ooh. Tense to smooth. Oh, that's sweet. Right? Or I could move up to A or F, so I'm going to stay at somewhere near where my melody is. All right. Let's see. Anthony says, should I learn all inversions or practice the ones that I feel like I'm going to use all the time? I wouldn't practice. Some of these aren't, like when you get up too high, it starts to get really weak. But I would definitely learn the sound, because sometimes you might want to sound weak. So I would learn the sounds. All right. Javon, can you make a video showing great gospel runs in C sharp, please? Javon, you haven't answered my question yet. Why C sharp? I need to hear the answer. You want me to make a video, and you don't want to answer my question. uh, okay. Stacy Worrell says, "Wow, revelation." Okay, cool. Stacy, is this your first time on our live stream? Noriko asked a great question. When you do chord progressions, do you care for inner tone movement or common notes? Yeah, I want to do great voice leading. So either I want to stay on the same tone or slide up by step. A half step or a whole step. So, and I need to move away from that. I've fallen in love with that one. Let me find another one. So A minor. And so I'm thinking about my options here for my G7 chord. So I'm thinking, well, all these notes, except for the C would make the G sus. So I'm going to move it down to B when I get to G7. You see that? So just one note. Or I can move both of these up a half step to get this augmented chord, which is an interesting sound. But see how it sounds with the left hand. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Chris, I've already done that one, but I can do it again. The E flat over the 2 and E flat over the 5. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Stacy, thank you so much for joining us on our live stream. Wow, this is your first one. Stacy, tell me, how long have you been playing? All right, Glenn says, "Love your feel, man. Beautiful. How can you play an E minor 11 to sub?" Oh no. Hey, can you play an E minor 11 to sub for an A minor? Thanks. Well, the question, Glenn, isn't can you? It's should you. And if you ever watch me play, many times instead of playing A minor, I'll play. But I'm actually not substituting the bass. It's still A. So let's see. So to answer your question, Glenn, yes, you could. All right, but you have to answer the question: should you? And so let's see. Let's take a song. Let's take my favorite song, "Amazing Grace." Right here. There's E minor. Now, why won't that work? Well, the melody is C. So if I play E, the melody clashes there. So that won't work there. Alright, so that won't work there. Okay, let's see. But so depending on the melody, if it doesn't clash, you could do it. Enrico asks, how do you practice that? Well, you have to do it slowly, and you got to think through each movement. I've become really familiar with these, so I just kind of feel them. Um, but there was a time when I would think through these and kind of work through. But now they just come natural. I've worked them so much that but you just do it slowly, Enrico. Stacy's been playing for 3 years. Wow, 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 wow. Well, Stacy, tell me, are you finding this a little advanced, or it's right where you are, or you know this stuff already? Austin says, do you play anywhere on Sundays? Yeah, I do play. I play at a church. I'm the music director at a church here in Atlanta. I'll put the website. It's newcov.org. We stream on Sundays, and we have an archive on. Go to, actually, no, I'll just put the link. newcov.org. Watch live. You can see some of our live streams. All right, don't judge me. All right, Steve. Steve Walker says, "What about this move? F major to F minor to C major. Why is it so strong?" Well, you have to deal with tendency tones. So F major wants to resolve here. The F wants to resolve to E. The A wants to resolve to G, and the C is stable. So you go from this that's not a stable, wants to resolve, to minor. This A flat wants to resolve even more so to G. So you go from unstable, wants to resolve, unstable, really wants to resolve, to stable. Okay. Kanye Cooper, what's your schedule? We stream at 11:30 on Sundays. 11:30. Stacy says it's very advanced. Well, Stacy, I thank you for being here. And learning music is kind of like learning language. When you, I'm not saying you're a baby, but I'm gonna use this analogy. When you're with babies, they say it's important for you to speak in sentences and to speak clearly and well, which of course is above their language level. And so it encourages them to grasp up to acquire the language. But when you speak kind of baby talk to babies, they're not acquiring language because you're speaking where they are, and they're not saying where they're trying to speak your language, and so you should always be reaching for stuff just a little bit that's a little bit above you. So it's important that you're here. So thank you for being here. Let's see. Chad Dominguez says, "Hey, love your work. Could you tell me some tips to avoid muddiness using upper structures? I've been practicing this and having some trouble with muddy voices." Sure, two things. You don't want to double voices. So if you have you notice. All right. So I've doubled voices here. No, see, this is not an upper structure. So I won't do that one. I'll do one that's really upper structure. Has double voices. Here we go. A minor. So I'm doing A minor over D minor, right? Well, we have two A's here. Well, now if you're going to double a voice, you could double the melody. But if you're not going to double, but if you don't want to do that, take the A out of your left hand. So now, right? You free up some space there. Also, you don't want to go. I'd say below the F below middle C, not to go, so that'll be F3, not to go below F3 with your right hand. So range issues and doubled notes are kind of key to muddiness, or dealing with muddiness. All right, hello Moses. Joel Brown says, what is your opinion on the best practice regimen? It depends on what you're trying to accomplish, so tell me more what you want to accomplish. Hi Daniel. So Austin says, I agree. Exposure to discussion that was beyond my level actually helps a lot. Getting accustomed to how advanced players conceptualize things when when they're discussing at a high level helps a lot. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? Stacy says, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Oh, you're welcome, Stacy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what now, Stacy. Tell me, what is your preferred? What do you play? Do you play gospel? Are you classical? What are you playing? Ha. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? All right. Let's see. I see some more questions now. All right. Marcus says, what are some dexterity exercises? Here, Marcus, I did a video where I talked about how I improved my technique and gained dexterity. So check that out. I just put the link in the chat box. Joel Solon's a solid foundation of chords and better melody lines is what I'm looking to achieve from practice. Um, um, I'm sorry, I'm pausing. I saw three questions come in, and in my mind, I'm answering all three of them at the same time. All right, so let me answer them one at a time. This is oh, that was hilarious. Sorry. Okay. All right. So Joel Brown says a solid foundation of chords and better melody is what he's trying to look for. So what should his practice regimen be? Well, Joel, I would suggest you if you want better melodic lines, then study those who are doing melody. So you should be transcribing melody lines. Um, and there are some great lessons to be learned from transcribing melodic lines. This is something that I am that's near and dear to my heart. So I haven't really shared that here on YouTube, but yeah, it's kind of one of my secret sauces, if you will. A solid foundation of chords. Um, I would encourage you to get with a teacher to help you with your chord. And I just happen to be a teacher, so come see me. I have a course called Chords Galore, where we examine about well, it's a ton of voicing options. And that course alone will give you a foundation of chords like you could never imagine. It's enough to last you quite a while. So I would encourage you to check that course out. Um, and I'll put the link to that course in the description box. Uh, Here's a link to that course. Um, let's see. Okay. So I got a couple questions here. Let me answer them out of order for a moment. Lasana says, "Can you do a video on fingering?" I actually did do a video on fingering called "The Ultimate Fingering Guide." I think it would be perfect for you. Here, I'm gonna put a link in the description box for you, in the chat box for me. So check that video out. Um, I spelled it wrong. Fingering. There we go. Um, let's see. Then let me go back up. Albert Cole, how do you break into advanced piano playing? I don't. Okay. All right. I know this is. This is kind of a little bit of a sore spot for me because I don't like the terminology beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Like, am I advanced? I don't know. There's some things I do well and other things I don't do well. When okay, I will answer your question if you could tell me when do you become advanced? Or what do you mean? Or better yet, tell me. And I'm not coming down on you. This is I know this is something we talk about, and a lot of people like to say, "Oh, this is how you become an advanced musician. If you know all your scales, if you know these three chords, if you know how to play in this key, then you're advanced." And it's like, well, I know guys that can play like that in one key, but then in another key they play like they're beginner. So, are they advanced or not? Like, so yeah. Um, I think I think the way I think about music. So people say I'm advanced. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's say I am advanced. Um, when did I get here? I don't know. I've been working on my craft steadily for many years, and then I look up and I'm here, and I've been making progress all these years. Um, so here's what I would say to that. I think a better measurement, um, because there are so many arbitrary advanced lines that people can set in the sand. This is when you know you're advanced. I know classical concert pianists that can play amazing, but can't play all 12 major scales. So are they advanced or not? They can play Bach and Beethoven concertos galore, but don't know all 12 major scales. Are they advanced? I don't know. So I would say here, instead of focusing on uh, um, and I guess for me, what made it easier was that I was, I'm a little bit competitive, so I was, okay, a lot competitive. So I was just trying to be better than the person next to me. Um, so I started playing piano, like in church and stuff when I was 17. Um, and I was immediately in college at 17. So I'd only been playing a few months. And so I joined the gospel choir and was trying to play and learn. Um, Alan Wilson was the guy, and I learned so much from him. But I was just trying to be better than the guys around me. So I saw Alan and Kim Lyles. She played along with me. They were so much better than me, and I just wanted to catch up to them. Don Parker. These are musicians in South Carolina. Alpheus Anderson. Just Josh McDowell. Just phenomenal musicians that I just wanted to catch up with and be able to play on the same level. And so whether that level was called advanced or intermediate, I didn't know. So I think what you instead of this arbitrary line called advanced, that like now I'm advanced. No, I think you should focus on being better than you were yesterday. And if you if and improving on the thing that you struggle with, improving and getting better and better and better and better. And after a while, you'll realize, wow, I made significant progress. Now, if that's called advanced, I don't know. So advanced is so relative. Like, am I advanced next to Chick Corea? No, I'm basic. Or Herbie Hancock. I don't know. Like I'm basic. um. Okay. Stephen Walker says how to integrate passing chords once you know them. Reference to voicing them in the target chord. Well, were you answering somebody's question because you gave the question and the answer, so I think you got it. All right, Glenn. Um, okay. Okay. Stacy says she plays gospel music in church. Okay, cool. Okay, but you love jazz music. Cool, cool, cool. Anthony says share the secret formula. That's funny. Hey, Keydron Clark. Um, um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna rail against the establishment here and just I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let me let me reference something because you all got me thinking about this. Um, uh, you all have me thinking now about this advanced and not advanced. So let me do something. Let me pull something up. And let's do this. Okay. Because I want to help you along this discussion. If we're going to have it, let's have it. Um, okay. All right. Do you all remember this right here? This is a chart of mastery. It's what's called the four levels of mastery. And so let me just quickly go through them. And I think this is more a gauge of what you should be focusing on than whether I'm beginner or advanced. All right, so here's the first stage. Is the first stage is unconscious incompetence, meaning I don't have the skill to do it. So we're talking about piano. I don't know how to play, and I don't even know the skills necessary to play. Like I'm incompetent, and I'm unconscious to the skills required to be able to do what you do. All the techniques required, I just don't know them. This is where we start. Then we start moving to conscious incompetence. So I start learning of the skill. So I know what I need to do, but I'm not yet proficient at it. And then we move to conscious competence. Um, so I'm able to do it, but it's with effort. I gotta think about it. I just can't just pull it like I want. I gotta think about it. And then unconscious competence, where I can do it and I don't think about it anymore. It just happens. It just kind of flows out of me. I the thought comes and it just happens. This is where we should. This is kind of the process we should be going through with every new skill we're attaining or acquiring. Uh, we should walk through this process. And so, um, yeah, we should be focused on this. It's become part of me. So many times, I know one of the things we talk about. I remember as a young musician coming up, asking the older musicians, "Hey, can you show me that? What did you do?" Um, and sometimes they just didn't want to tell you because they didn't want because because then you'd use it, and then they wouldn't be special anymore. But as I've gotten better, I found that sometimes when people ask me, Corey, what did you just play? I honestly have no idea. Um, because I'm not doing it conscious. It's happening in the background. So what I do now, I have a thought. I'm thinking of a feeling or emotion. So let's say I was on this chord. Let me go back to this chord. Right? And then I have emotion. I have a thought. Oh, I need cool, soothing, right? And I'm thinking soothing. I'm thinking, or I might be somewhere else, and I'm playing what I'm thinking about. And so I'm not thinking so much musically. I'm thinking just concepts. Um, we need pretty, pretty, pretty. So, and then and I play pretty. We need big. So I'm thinking bigger concepts. How does this make me feel? What is this doing right now? And I'm not so much thinking, oh, play C over D minor. Um, and so sometimes when people ask me, I honestly like I want to tell you, I just don't know what it was. And I'm sure occasionally somebody's probably left thinking, he just didn't want to share it. But it's not the case. This was unconscious. I was just playing. I put my hands on the keyboard and then just went. Um, okay. All right, that's my little spiel. All right. Elijah says, "Is it possible to improve by listening?" Yeah. So what you play is a product of what you hear. So when I hear you play, I know what you've been listening to. So the more you listen, the more you know of music. So we all look at Corey Henry as a prodigy, and he is a prodigy. This unbelievable musician, but he listens so much. I had a friend who's here in Atlanta who shed with Corey for about 4 hours, and after it was just them two, and they're both phenomenal musicians. But after he left that shed with Corey, and he said, Corey Henry knows music, like understands music, like he understands music, how it works. It's like when you see this talented basketball player go to the NBA, and the old pros are saying, yeah, he still needs to learn the game, but he's dominating everybody, the young guy, but yeah, he hasn't learned the game yet. Like, wait a minute, he's in the NBA, but he hasn't learned the game yet. So it's a whole nother level had to get to understand the game. So Jacob Collier, who is another prodigy, he talked about how he listened to an album, tried to listen to an album a day, because he had a 45-hour ride to school. So he listened to an album a day, and the more music he got in him, the more you learn. Like, you listen to the greatest artists of our time create their artistry, and if you study it and understand it and learn it, like, you gain insights. All right. Let's see. Flying Lotus says, basically studying new chords, learning songs by ear, transcribe, work on technique. That's pretty much all we do, right? And then applying the techniques you learn, there has to be application. So you have to spend time applying it. Javon says, which keyboards do you enjoy playing the most? Well, Javon, I've been playing the Yamaha stuff for a while now, so I've grown really comfortable with it. However, I'm going to say something that's blasphemous here, but that Casio Privia, not the sound, but the way it feels so good in my hands. I love the Casio Privia. It's a $500 keyboard, $400 to $500 keyboard. I love it. Um, Pianos, I'm a Steinway guy all the way. Steinway. Kenneth Donaldson says, well said, Corey. People are so quick to put labels and categories on people. We should be growing, not judging. I hear you on that. I hear that. Anthony Collier says, do you prefer a workstation or a DAW software? DAWs. DAWs. Yeah, that's interesting question, Anthony, because you see these keyboard companies that are coming out with these workstations now, and they're trying to put DAW control in the workstation, in an effort to be all in one. Like they don't want you going to the computer, but the computer is so easily accessible that it might be an effort a little too late. So working in your workstation is difficult on the little screen. You're trying to change the waveforms and try to work where I can do that on the laptop, and it's easier. Albert says, "Do you like playing with strings or with piano?" Yeah, I generally have 4 sounds playing when I play. So piano, some kind of time, max time, something like that. Strings and a pad of some sort. Mm. Let's see. Albert says, "Do you like playing?" Oh no, I mean no. Reynald says, "Do you prefer software keys or actual keyboard onboard sounds?" Well, I use both, so I use them both. Paul says, "And the computer is much cheaper." That's true. Well, if you get if you get a MacBook Pro, you're gonna pay. Well, I guess so. You can pay like 2,700 or 3,300. Uh, and these workstations now are coming out cost 3,500 starting. Albert says, "Can you give an example? An example of what? A software instrument?" I'm a fan of Keyscapes and Ravenscroft. Anthony says, "But you have to pay for a laptop, then pay for a DAW, then pay for sounds." Um, by that time, you're spending the same money as a workstation. Yeah, but here's the problem with workstations. Workstations aren't meant to be carried around. So if I go play somewhere else, or let's say I'm doing a show, and they're setting up backline. So I'm doing a show in Florida today, this morning, and a show in New York in the afternoon, and they set up my stuff for me. Well, I'm not going to carry around my keyboard with me to each of these shows, because this is the one keyboard I've programmed with all my sounds. You could, I guess, try to save it to a drive or something and transfer it that way. So both work. But what if they don't have that particular keyboard there? What if like you programmed all your stuff on like a Roland Phantom, and now they're not. I don't know if they are, but let's just say they're not making the Phantom anymore. So only Phantoms you can get are old Phantoms, and you program all your sounds, and you got another gig somewhere and they don't have a Phantom, and you're not in a place to carry your equipment. You're just gonna be out of sound without your sounds, or Yeah. So. Oh man, what time is it? It is almost 11 o'clock, you all. All right, listen. I have to run. This has been fun hanging out and talking with you all. I've literally been doing this all day today. Some of you all met me even earlier today. So it's fun times. Um, let's see. Patrick. And thank you, Corey. I learned so much over the last few weeks. Okay, thanks for coming on, Patrick, and being part of the community. Um, yeah, thank you. To that discussion, the other route, which might be is to just have your modules and carry around like your module in a rack. So let me see. I have the Integra 7, Roland Integra 7 module, power supply. So I guess I could carry that around with me and just work like that. And that's the way that'll work. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both. Keith says, "Great lesson, thanks, Corey." Thanks, Keith. We got to get together sometime soon. All right, y'all. Okay. Oh, let me remind you all. I am going to be creating the sheet music for the lesson today. So I'm going to take these chords and put them in all 12 keys for you. And so if you want that, make sure you join that list. And I'll email those to you when they're done. All right. Well, thank you all again so much. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Thank you, Javon. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Anthony. Paul. Thank you. Lauren Away. Thank you. And so, until the next time, listen, be safe, be wise, be blessed, and happy practicing.